So while I'm in the process of giving updates, might as well go ahead and give you a quick update on the fuel tank. Did a little soldering up here. It's actually quite a bit of. Once I got done sandblasting this tank, there was all kinds of holes popped up. So I was able to patch them up. I think what I'm going to do is I like this brass look on here instead of painting this off. I think I'm gonna polish this brass up or something here and keep that unpainted. I think it looks pretty cool. That'll look awesome on the motor. Then I went ahead and put the red coat inside the tank, being a bunch of holes, and eventually when I'm all done, all these dents and everything will be filled in, looking nice and nice and neat, and paint her up, and they were looking pretty good. So that's where I'm at with the gas tank. Carburetor, I did not know. Well, I guess I did know, but I never really pursued it further. They put like a whatever the coating is they put on there. It's like a, I don't know, maybe it's my tongue. I think it's just like a silver coating. But anyway, underneath the carburetor was this beautiful brass, carb. So I went ahead and just with a wire brush and a hand drill. I do have one over there on the floor, a power grinder with a wire brush wheel on it. But anyway, that turned out cool. So I'm just going to leave that guy just like that too. But this was all, as you saw before, this is all full of mud daubers. What I'll eventually have to do is, no, I actually did already seal it. I think I sealed it. No, maybe not. Anyway, I got this was soldered up the top here. I don't know if I'm going to solder it or if I'm going to just seal it with some sealer. I don't know yet. But then the cable comes down here. That's what actually pulls the throttle or the carburetor, the bore open. Anyway, slide valve, the brain part. Anyway, that's like a slide valve, kind of like motorcycle setup. You slide it open to let more air in. But anyway, so that's where we're at with the carburetor. That I'd had, that's going to go on there just for a pull start. Odds and ends. The muffler, I haven't need done anything with the muffler yet, but this will be easy. I think I can just undo this. Some new tin metal, some sheet metal. Had some holes in it here. This will be easy to restore there. So, but anyway, it's kind of an update where I'm at with the Briggs PB. And next step is go ahead and continue onto this. Try to get these dents out, and what's left, yeah, they'll be filled. There'll be a little filler in there, but I don't know if I'm going this far. I might as well try to make it look good. And while we're I figure I'm on the process of giving updates. Ta-da! Yeah, I've been doing a little painting, a little refinishing, and recovering. But let's spin it around here. Look at that bad boy. Cover turned out really nice. The front cover. And what I ended up doing was lots of wet sanding, lots of coats of epoxy primer. I just used it out of a spray can, spray bomb. But I used the stuff from the truck and tractor paint. Was it from Tractor Supply or Farm and Fleet? I think it's from Tractor Supply. And that's what the green is too. Now the green, they said it wasn't John Deere green, and I don't know if I really like the green or not, but it's there now. I kind of, I'm just, the John Deere cliche thing, I want it to be kind of like a little darker green. I like the color that Gravely guy had on his Briggs PB and his site. But anyway, as you can see, got things painted up. Mystery's over here telling me, hurry up, let me out. But anyway, there's an update. What's going on the paintings. I still have the gas tank to do that you just saw. Hopefully I get this piston and rod problem squared away, and I can start doing some assembly and get some of this put back together. So anyway, moving on. So I figured while I'm doing updates, maybe we'd get out this old Magneto plate and go over it and see what's going on, see if there's anything wrong with it, see if it's good to go. Looks pretty clean. Looks good. Of course, looks can be deceiving, obviously. So first thing I do when I get these is check the primary side. I mean, not the primary, secondary. Well, and the primary too, but this will tell you right out of the gate. In fact, I'm just going to go to ground. This guy right here. This should be around, I don't know, I'd like to see 2,000 ohms, 2,000 to 3,000 ohms. And as you can see right now, that's a no bueno. That's not good. Not good at all. So it may work. It may make spark. My experiences have taught me over the years dealing with these guys that, you know, yeah, it'll make spark, but it won't run very well. Look at that Briggs Model Z video I did, and I had all kinds of problems. Tested out just like this. I had no continuity, no resistance in the secondary winding or the high voltage side. And yeah, it started, it ran, but man, it just ran like crap. So I ran downstairs, had a spare coil I had out of a Model Y. It ohmed out at 2,200 ohms on the high side, or high voltage side, or secondary winding, whichever you want to call it. Solved pretty much all the problems. It was in the video. I think purred like a kitten. So just for curiosity, let's see here on the price from the primary side, which is going over to here. All right, so right now I got points closed. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see what we got here. So 0.3, 0.2, that's a little low. I like to see around 1 ohm on the primary side. It may be shorted too, winding shorted. Being that low, it would just draw more current, or make it harder on the magnets. But anyway, and then all right, let's see here. Yeah, looks like somebody tried doing a little filing and sanding on the points at one time. Somebody been in here, obviously in its lifetime. Let's see here. Why? Because this meter, I can do capacitance checks. I bet you this capacitor's probably. Oh, wait a minute. Go to capacitance mode there, dummy. Nil, zip, nada, no bueno. Capacitor shot too, or the condenser. I guess me being an electronics guy, I call it capacitor because really what it is, motor heads, call it condenser, whatever. 6 of one, half dozen the other. That guy is no good. So I've got an open winding on my secondary high voltage side. I got really lower resistance than I care to have on my primary side. And this guy's bad. Good to go. Not. So what I'm going to do is put it all back together and just for crack a pony pop show, we'll just see if it'll make a spark. It may. This wire here seems a little loose down in here, but this looks kind of hodgepodge, schmooed up with a bunch of solder, but it's still connected. So we'll see. Be right back. So just do a quick test here. Grab my old battery, 6-volt battery. That's what I test a lot of ignition systems with, and coils, and see how they're doing. Yeah, it's got 6 volts in it. So anyway, ground lead goes to ground, the ground of the plate. I actually took the points off. I'm going to I'm going to be the points, basically making and breaking here when I go to positive lead. Positive lead goes to this terminal of the primary coil. I'm also, you know, they're tied together, the condenser. But anyway, a good coil, you'll get a, you know, we should see a spark here. I got about 1/8 of an inch gap, 1/16 of an inch gap coming out of there. And if I go like this, I hear a little something, but I don't see no sparking and no gapping. You do need a good condenser on there to make these work properly. I can probably explain that in a later video, how that actually works. There's all kinds of videos out there, people explaining it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to remove this guy. I'm going to take this cable off just to make sure we don't have any leakage inside that cable. I have this coil here, which I'll set up and show you. Just like this guy right here. I'm going to put these two together with the same battery. This coil is the one that come off the Briggs Z project. The secondary, the high voltage winding is open on this. It'll make a really good spark if you test it on the bench. As soon as you put it in the motor, get under the high cylinder pressures, and when it's running, it starts doing all kinds of crazy things. But I'll set this up. I'll show you how I do it and check them, and you know, get something out of it in a minute. So now that we know that the Magneto, the other ignition's bad, I'm going to show you what I do with this guy. This is the one. Throw that in here because I'm going to need that. This is a coil off the Briggs Model Z. And as I will show you, the secondary side, or the high voltage winding, or whatever you want to call it, is open. Nothing. Meter's good. So, and then on the primary side, the low voltage side, the primary winding, let's see, let's get out of here. Come on. Get it in a hole. Put some fuzz on it. Alright, 0.8 ohms. So I got some resistance there, not as like the other one where it had like almost a direct short. So anyway, and this guy, this is old. This actually should be considered bad. I measured it out and it was like 270 nanofarads, something like ridiculously low amount, almost nothing. So anyway, I'll show you how we're going to wire this up. Get this out of the way. So, take your battery, right? Ground side. Put the ground on. I'm just going to tie these two together, just like this. So that's how it would be on the plate. In fact, I'm just going to tuck this right up here. See if she'll stay. Anywhere, just I want a gap between this terminal here and that guy. Actually not gonna stay for my head separate. Okay, there you go. There we go. So negative side, or what should be the ground side, if it was on the Magneto plate. Actually, I take it back. I got it backwards. Duh. But that's okay. I can go like this. Get it right, moron. I want this here. This becomes my primary side, or my plus side. I know, it's kind of crazy. I'll get it set up here in a minute. Okay. So let me get the camera up here a little bit, see if we can get a better view of what's going on. Yeah. Anyway, the camera's not, doesn't pick it up every time. But anyway, that's pretty much all you need. Now, remember, this guy had an open secondary high voltage winding, but yet it'll still make a spark. Now you have people, guys all the time, smokestack, you know, all different forums. It worked fine. I had all the time have them, you know, on my mount. I get no continuity to the secondary winding, the high voltage winding, and you know, it runs fine. Well, it may on a low compression, worn out, you know, old Briggs or something. But you get something like that Z, or you know, like I did, it just didn't run right. It ran like crap. So anyway, I pulled this out, put a good one in. It measured, you know, 2300 ohms, 2.3K from a Model Y. She ran like a top, as you can see in that video I did of the Model Z. But anyway, so this guy needs a condenser, coil. I'm going to take it all apart, get in here and see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something. I can hear something arcing in here. Check everything out. I did a Briggs FH that, this one looks pretty good though. The moisture got in there and it's all corroded the ground lead on the high voltage winding, and I was able to fix it and repair it, and it ran. So, but anyway, that's it for this update, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.